Hello and welcome back guys to the channel, and on today's video guys I would like to share this simple scalping strategy that um, I'm about to teach you guys, and it's an absolute next level of a strategy. Now let's get into it. Right, so on the euro US dollar, on the 15-minute chart, of course, this is where we'll start our analysis by simply scrolling scrolling out or zooming out of the chart to see the bigger picture on the trend based on the multi-time frame analysis. I mean the high time frame to the lower time frame. So firstly, we need to understand how the high time frame works, right? And on the high time frame, we can clearly see that prices are basically breaking structure to the top side, as you can see with a series of higher highs and higher lows as follows, right? We have a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low right here, right? Now we have a high high, a higher low, a high high right here, this higher low here, and basically this is just a simple consolidation, right? Just a simple consolidation of a trend. So we could just use this as the next high from this low, right? That high, and then from there price comes and makes this low right here, right? And all these highs and lows, note that they, we only mark them highs and lows that break structure, right? So as you can see, there's a continuous break of structure to the top side that's happening, right? As you can see, right, these breaks of structure. So these are what we're going to focus on when identifying our structural points. So there goes our high high, and then there's a higher low right there, right? And then we have a high high right here. Now, so this is like the structural point that's the most current, or the latest structural point that we're dealing with. So from this structural high, right, let's look at which structural low created this high. So as you can see, that price from here, right, price from here made its way up but failed to break the structure with this move right here, and then created this high, meaning what? This is just a potential weak high that's acting as liquidity on the moment. So price comes down, forms a low, and then boom, comes up and takes out the structural high, plus what? This liquidity resting, that liquidity there resting above the high. So basically what I'm trying to say is that we had this high right here, and we had this liquidity above, and it has been taken by this move that has created this new structural high. So from there, what do we know? That we know that this structural high came from where? This structural low right here. So so this is the actual range that we're going to be dealing with, right? So we're basically ranging from this low right here to this high right here, right? So we're in the middle of this fugazi, right? And all we can do next is try to identify our order block, right? The last place in which the big boys sold before they bought. Lo and behold, as you can clearly see, that price from here made an attempt up, created this internal high, right, and then sold, and then broke off, right? It broke this internal this previous internal high, meaning what? So this is the last sell before the buy, which is pretty much our order block that we're basically going to be focusing on, right? But since this right here is a very big zone, or too much of a zone to be dealing with, especially in scalping, so what we're going to do is try to refine this area, right? Try to refine it, try to break it down, and see the most what was the most potential move in here that we could actually consider to be our order block, right? So with that being said, we're going to drop down timeframes now to the 3-minute chart, and actually see what was the potential move that we could actually consider as the last down move before the up move, right? So as you can see, we had this point of structure right here. So we had this high, right, that created this low, right? So at the break of this high, right, when this high was broken, this high was formed, and then price now sold and then bought. After buying, it left this internal high, right, which failed to break structure, and then sold and then bought off again, and then came to break structure. So the actual low that we're going to be focusing on is this low right here to this high right here that breaks the structure. So this is basically our potential last down move before the up move, right? And from there we can now just make this zone a little bit large, and then we could go back to the 15-minute time frame to see what do we have. So we're having this as our zone, of course, and price now has made a high. So from price making a high, what does it do next, right? Price makes its way back towards our order block for that mitigation. But as you can see, this right here, this right here was a perfect mitigation, and we had some entries in here, right? So this was Monday price action. It was, as you can see down below, it was Monday on January 23rd, and today's actually Wednesday, January 25th, as you can see down below. So what price did was coming down, making that partial mitigation and leaving. But when this mitigation was formed, right, when this mitigation was done, price left this, some people could call them double bottoms or equal lows or whatever, right? But in short, it's basically liquidity, right? So this liquidity that was left here needed to be cleared. Hence, when price made this internal high, it made its way down below with this aggressive move to come and liquidate all this liquidity resting below these lows and make that in-depth mitigation of our zone, right? And once that mitigation was done, then we know that price was now ready to go to the top side, considering this high as our overall next liquidity run area. Now, as of today, as I said before, today is Wednesday, January 23rd. So price comes up and takes out this internal high and makes another internal high, right? Internal high, let's call it, right? With an internal lower high. So we're now ranging. So from today's price action, we're pretty much ranging from this high right here. From this low to this high right here. Lo and behold, price makes its way back down as usual for mitigation. And what's it mitigating, right? It's always mitigating an order block, right? So there's an order block within here, which is obviously the last down move before the up move started. Lo and behold, so from this high right here to this low right here. So this is our last down move before the up move started. Now this itself is a very big zone for you to deal with, right? So all this right here, this is a very big zone for you to deal with. Now lo and behold, this is what we do. So this is what we do. Since this is a very large zone, we drop down time frames and head down to the 3-minute chart and try to find where that possible last down move before the up move is, right? So from here we can see that we had this series of highs and lows being made, and then price officially broke this structure, creating this low that took out all this liquidity resting down below here. Now with price taking this liquidity, this low was formed where? From this high. We had this high that caused the move which broke structure and formed this low here. Hence, we're gonna try to find the possible last down move before the up move that caused the break of this structural high here. Lo and behold, so this is where price was currently lying, and then price came, made this internal high, right, came down below, and then took off breaking this structure. So basically this here is our last down move before the up move started. So that there is our order block. Now after we've finally found our order block, right, so we're gonna mark it with that little box there, and we're gonna clear this external box here. So we need all we did was try to make our very large zone become much smaller for more accuracy. Boom. So after identification of that order block right there, we needed to wait for price to come and mitigate it. Lo and behold, price comes down, mitigates that order block, right? So from this mitigation, now we need to find our entry, right? Because price has already touched our POI. Now if you don't mind, let me just remove these, right? Because this is just today's price action, so it's pretty much brand new. I'm just trying to break down a trade here. Okay, boom. So there we are. So this is our zone, and this is price coming into our zone and then getting out. So we need to analyze the structural play. So we had a low, a low high. When was this low broken? Right here with this low here. So low again, lower high, right? Break of structure, lower low, lower high, right? And then price now comes down, fails to break this low, and then comes up, breaks this low right here with this high here, right? So let me remove this. So we finally now have a breakout structure right there, right? We now have a breakout structure there. So from this breakout structure, the next thing that we need to do is find that potential area for mitigation and take our entry, right? So from there, our last down move that caused the up move to form this high is where? It's here, right? Boom. So there is our entry. Boom. So this was entry number one. The stop loss just below the low, right? Which is a 5.2 pips take profit. I mean stop loss, and the target. This is the fun part, right? The target is the overall. I mean, firstly we have this high here, right? This internal high, and then we have that that higher time frame high, right? Which is basically on the 15 minutes. So we're gonna get to that pretty soon. So boom, so there, right? Let's keep it this minimal, and then continue breaking down what happened in here. And then we had another breakout structure right here with this high from this low, right? Price comes down towards this last down move before the up move. So this is entry number 2. And finally, right, we have another break here. Price comes up, creates a weak low that doesn't mitigate anything. So this is basically what liquidity comes up, creates another high, comes back down, takes out this liquidity, taps into the order block, which is the last down move before the up move that caused this high right here. So this was my original entry. I was never able to take this entry because of the timing, right? I have my specific times that I take my entry, and this was way off that time. This was only at the beginning of the session open, and there are a lot of liquidations during session opens. That's why I stay out. So I'm basically gonna delete that. But so let's clear these, and boom, right? So this right here, this was my entry. Right there, the stop loss was at 5.0 pip stop loss. It was 5 intact, just right. Shit, I can't get this right. Damn, there. Okay, so that's 5.0 pip stop loss. My first take profit target was there, right at this high, 42 pips. And my second, so now we go back to the 15-minute time frame. So this high right here, this internal high, is our first liquidity run. That's our first take profit target. Why? Because price could still break this and come back down. So we want to take something here, and our final take profit target is at this high right here, that higher time frame high. Boom, right there, which makes it a 58 57, 58 pip, almost 58 pips take profit target. So this was my entry, which was a total of 1 to 11 risk reward ratio. And as of now, I've already taken some partials here, about 80%, and I'm just leaving 20% to run. If price is gonna run to this second take profit target, then that will be great. But as of now, my break even is in place, and I'm just looking to hold this shit out with partials already secured in my bag. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then of course make sure to like the video, leave that thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you haven't. Turn that bell button on for notifications, and of course guys, stay safe. Have a nice trading week, and peace out.